For as long as I remember, I've been into games that have me like this. A self-proclaimed masochist, I used to wake up every morning watching Two Girls, One Cup during breakfast. Okay, fine, that last part isn't true. But while challenging games for sure are a big draw for me, challenge is only one piece of the puzzle. A piece that Elypse most definitely has, but what about the rest? Well, let's talk about it in today's review. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get to it. Elypse tells the story of Fae. Fae is the most recent sacrifice in a long-held tradition in this world. Every 10 years, in order to protect the Abyss, someone is given to the portal and nobody has ever made it out. Fae, with the help of Nyx, is determined to be the first though, and this will be your main plotline throughout the game. The story for the most part is only mildly interesting, and there's some side characters throughout, but nothing really notable. I do love the animation in these cutscenes though. Unfortunately, there's really only one at the beginning and at the end of the game, so it is what it is. I do want to take a moment and mention that performance in Elypse is definitely good, but I did get soft locked in the game at one point, which uninstalling and reinstalling surprisingly fixed. Also, when the game gets really busy, there is some slight frame rate issues that I assume will get fixed in later patches. Gameplay-wise, Elypse markets itself as a 2D platformer with a metroidvania style, which, honestly, I think was a pretty weird way of describing the game. This game is in no way a metroidvania. This is basically a precision 2D platformer with upgrades along the way. There will be no backtracking, no secrets to find, and none of the hallmark gameplay mechanics of a metroidvania. Which is totally cool with me, but I think some people may be expecting a different type of game when they pick this up, just like I was. As far as gameplay mechanics, there's really only a few to speak of. R2 will allow you to dash, L2 will shoot your arrows, and triangle uses one of a few abilities that you can equip. For example, the celestial dive that offers a devastating downwards attack. What Elypse surprised me with though is how brutal the game is. One hit and you're dead, no ifs, ands, or buts. Mix that with some extremely precise platforming on par with games like Iterna Noctis, and Elypse can offer some very challenging and sometimes frustrating situations. Personally, I enjoyed it, but this game is definitely not for everyone. Luckily, while you will go through many gauntlets, the checkpoint system is very gracious, and for the most part, once you're finished with the particularly hard segment, you'll never have to do it again. All in all, I very much enjoyed my time with Elypse. I've played through twice now, one with a regular playthrough that lasted 5.5 hours, and then a speed run for a trophy that lasted an hour and a half. One thing I haven't talked much about are the bosses or the combat in general, and that's because honestly, they were extremely uninspired and completely devoid of creativity in my opinion. Except for the final boss, which obviously I won't spoil. I feel like if there would have been more ambition in the enemy and boss designs, this game could have been extremely memorable. But as it stands, the final product aesthetically feels like a clone of gaming greats like Ori and Hollow Knight, without ever meeting up to those expectations or blazing its own path in a meaningful way. Regardless, I do still suggest the game if you're a masochist like me looking for a fun game for the weekend. The game's a 7.5 out of 10, take it or leave it. Thanks for watching.